Hey, this is Alex Stafford, and we're here with the Rave TV, and today we are sitting down with Mattie, frontman of For Today. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Welcome back to the Rave. This is your 9th time.
Yeah, we love it here.
Yeah?
Yeah, we love it here, man. This is one of our favorite venues in the country to play.
Now, I've seen you here quite a few times. Do you have any favorite shows in particular?
We played here one time as a part of a festival.
The Metal Fest, the Wisconsin one?
Yeah. We were on tour with Asking Alexandria and All That Remains at the time, and so both of those bands were on the festival. A ton of other bands that we were friends with, and I think we got to play upstairs in the ballroom or whatever, and that was completely insane. The crowd lost their minds. It was just such a fun, energetic, cool show. And on top of all that, I got to hang out with like a bunch of dudes that we toured with in the past, and guys that were friends of ours. So that was just kind of a cool moment, I think. One that stands out when I think about playing here is being able to be a part of such a huge, awesome, fun show with so many of our friends, you know?
Yeah, I was at that show. That was great, just all day, just band after band, every stage. I remember you getting down to the fence, just getting right in on the crowd.
Yeah, man.
That was an intense show, but awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
So now you're on tour now with Motionless in White, and you've even been here with them before. How's this tour going?
Yeah, this tour's going awesome, man. Those guys, we probably came with them like 5 years ago.
I think it was one of the All-Star tours, maybe?
Oh, yeah, we did.
In like 2011?
We've toured with them. This is the 5th tour we've done with Motionless in White. We took them out on a headliner 5 years ago, and then we did All-Stars together. Then we did 2 Warped Tours together, and now this tour. So those guys have been friends of ours for forever. I mean, we kind of grew up together as bands. So being able to be on tour with them is awesome. Those guys have been like bros to us for a long time. So it's cool to just get to hang with them and play for fans who have been with both of our bands for years and years, and maybe a lot of fans that are just hearing about us or just hearing about them recently.
It's kind of an unlikely combo because, I mean, visually, you guys are just completely opposite from each other.
Yeah.
But fan base-wise, you guys both have the same crowd that's just diehard for at all the shows. So
yeah, man. And I always make jokes when those guys like paint their bodies black.
Yeah.
That they're trying to be more like me. I said, the paint's not fooling anybody. People know you're still white guys. It's all right, though. You got to just own
very
it.
pale white guys at that, too.
Super, yeah. That's right.
So now, Fight the Silence, your newest album, has been out just over a year now. Came out February last year, right?
Yep.
How have the fans been responding to that over and over?
It's been awesome, man. We had a lot of people who said, well, I liked For Today a long time ago, and then I kind of grew out of it, but they heard this album and they said, I don't know, this is cool. It's something different. And I think we've gotten a lot of people who maybe never really paid attention to the band that heard this album and heard our sound was a little bit different, a little bit more mature on this album. And I think that that a lot of people sort of took a second look at the band, which is cool, And so it seemed, and fans who've been diehard fans for years love it. So it seemed like the whole sort of spectrum of people when they heard the record really got into it. So it's been cool for us, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it turned out great. I mean, that's an awesome photograph for an album cover too.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
So now, all right, here's a fun question. Theoretically, if you had a time machine and you could go visit any band at any point in their career, who would it be and when? Would it be past or would it be future?
Okay, that's an easy answer. Who passed? It would be Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Oh yeah.
The concert that he played after getting shot in the chest.
Oh, the ones like 2 days after or something like that. Yeah.
He got shot, and it was like a political rally or whatever. And they were trying to, people were fighting over him, trying to get to take one guy's side or the other guy's side because he was so influential. And then some other people who were trying to influence him or keep him out of the political arena came to his house and shot him in the chest 2 or 3 times. And instead of doing what any normal person would do and laying low in the hospital for a while, he went and played a show.
Yeah.
And on top of that, while he was on stage, he had both of the leaders of these opposing political parties come on stage and shake hands with each other as like a representation of peace and political unity. That, despite the fact that maybe they had some differing ideas about how to run a nation, they, at the end of the day, they wanted to see peace. And so I think that was just such a sort of cool moment in music history that Bob Marley really embodied the idea that music really can change things in a practical way. And so he's been one of my favorite artists my whole life, and that was like a really cool and significant moment. So I would have loved to be there for that.
And maybe I'm paraphrasing it, but I remember hearing about that story once, and I remember there was some quote by Bob, and it was something along the lines of, if violence can't take a day off, why should I?
Yeah.
And it was just like, why wouldn't I play this show?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's an awesome choice. You just right on top of that, But this is a great answer. So now what's next? You got any summer plans yet? Any next tours?
We're doing some festivals and stuff in the summer, but really what we are working on is writing a new record. We're like deep into it now. Got a number of songs sort of pre-production versions of, or demo versions of songs that are done, and I'm working on lyrics, and we'll be going into the studio here within the next few weeks to record a new record that I'm really excited about, man. This I've never been able to say this about a record that we did before, but this record is completely different from anything we've ever done. If you have heard For Today and liked it, forget everything you ever knew. If you heard For Today and hated it, forget everything you ever knew about the band. Because we, maybe it's just because we're old and jaded, and maybe it's because every dude in the band is married now, and we have lives outside of the band, and maybe we just care a little bit less if we, fall apart or crash and burn or not. But we just thought, we got together on this record and said, you know what? Let's just swing for the fences. Like, instead of worrying about what people expect to hear from us, or worrying about what is popular in the music industry, let's just write an album that we love, and write an album that is authentic to what is going on inside of us and who we are. And so it's all bets are off with this record.
It's not a dubstep album, is it?
It's not a dubstep album. No, it's stuff that we actually can play. It's not computer generated sounds. But we even in terms of like genre, forget what you thought For Today was a metalcore band. Some of these songs may be a different genre of music. So we'll see what happens. But this is just, as far as we're concerned, this is, the most sort of free that we've ever been while writing a record, and just forgetting about people's expectations and forgetting about the box people try to cram us in, and just saying, let's just put out the best album that we can, and put out something that's real and authentic to who we really are.
If you're not true to your own music, who will be? So that's awesome. Break it up. Try something new. So
thank you, man.
I look forward to hearing it.
Thank you, brother.
So awesome. Mattie, thank you for sitting down with us today, and I look forward to the show tonight.
Cool. Thank you, man.
So we'll see you next time at the Rave TV.